All right, we are on the final stretch here. Now we're just going to make some final adjustments. So I did end up doing 2 little voiceovers because I couldn't get through the whole thing and say everything I wanted. But now when I play it, you're going to notice KW Awards Night was not a solo act this year. Right? My dad, that can be fixed. That's an easy fix. What we're going to do is we're going to go down here and hit the volume button. Now, I will say when you're clicking stuff, if you're not finding what you need, like here, I'm not finding the volume button, it's because this is highlighted. So just, if you're not finding what you're looking for, pause, rewatch this video, and just see if anything is highlighted or not, and that'll kind of give you a clue. But we're going to go to the, not voiceover, go back. We're going to go to volume. And now here we can play around with the volume of the music versus the voiceover. We want the voiceover at 100, and I'd say the music usually around 40 to 50, depending on how loud it is. And now let's just kind of see how that balances out. KW Awards Night was not a solo act this year. My dad, as part of CML Group, that still seems a little loud, so I'm going to go, one more time with the volume and go even lower on the music. KW Awards Night was not a solo act this year. My dad, as part of CML Group, got to attend his first KW Awards Night. I think I'm okay with that. The last little tweaks that I'm going to do is I am going to add KW Awards Night was not a solo act this year. My dad, as part of CML Group, got to attend his first KW Awards Night, and it was just... And then also when you're moving things around on the screen, it's going to kind of give you guidelines as to where you want to place it. I'm going to be placing this one near the top. Seeing lovely faces. Nope, I'm not. See, the faces are in the way, so this is nice and helpful. So I'm actually going to go bottom and admire and just getting to share this with my dad in a capacity other than just a wonderful supporter, but now to play with a partner was to add a background color too. Just playing around with colors. See if I see anything I like a little better. Let's see. KW Awards Night was not a solo act this year. My dad, as part of the CML Group, got to attend his first KW Awards Night, and it was just so special. Seeing lovely faces I miss and admire, and just getting to share this with my dad in a capacity other than just a wonderful supporter, but now a partner was just an amazing night. KW Awards Night was not a solo act this year. My dad, as part of CML Group, got to attend his first. I'm going to go ahead and move over to our kind of final touches. So first, I'm going to get that caption. So what I ended up doing was I copied the ChatGPT over to my Notes app, and I made adjustments based on what I wanted it to say. I like to do it in my Notes app and not in Instagram because then I can also play with the formatting. Like, it doesn't let me hit enter within the app. So I'm going to go ahead and copy my caption. I'm going to add my caption here. Okay. I will say, that didn't copy over. Let's try that again. I do usually, and I'm going to do this, I usually save my draft around this point because for whatever reason, sometimes if I go to another screen and then try to come back, it'll not have saved my work, which is incredibly frustrating. So once I've saved my draft, I'll go back into drafts, and it's the top one. So I'm going to go back and copy this because it doesn't seem like it copied. Copy one more time. Let's try this again. Paste. There we go. Okay. So we've got that copied. We're going to go ahead and tag people. So I like to add CML group as a collaborator. Please feel free to tag me or add me as collaborator. I won't always necessarily post as a collaborator because that would come up as if it's mine. But I will always accept a tag, and I'll always use that as like a heads up to go ahead and reshare. The other option is to do a tag. So like in this case, I'll just tag you guys so that you can see it, and you don't have to reshare, but sometimes like if you want to at least let me know, if you tag me, then I can either reshare or, you know, volley it back to you. Isaac and I do this a lot for each other, and it just kind of helps with interaction. I will say that typically if you're going to do that, it's good to open the video and rewatch it so that it actually has a full watch time as well, because Instagram pays attention to that. And let's see. Oh, I guess I should, it's going to be Isaac also. Okay, let's see. There you are. Okay. So I've got y'all tagged. Michael will get you set up soon. I do like to make sure that I'm filling out as much of these things as I can, location, all of that stuff, because it does help you with reach. Like the more of this information that you're providing, the more searchable it is, the more likely people are to stumble upon it. The last step is that we're going to edit our cover. So I don't necessarily want this to be what my cover looks like. So there's two options. There's two ways to change what your cover looks like. If there's something in the video that you really liked, you can use this bottom bar here to go back and forth and find what you like. Otherwise, you can add from camera roll, which is what I'm going to do because I have an idea of what photo I like or want to use. And between this one, which is super cute, and this one, which is also super cute. So I feel like based on the story that I told on my caption, this is, I think, the one I want to go with. And then I'm also, you'll notice the profile grid option. I'm just making sure it's recentered here as well, the way I like it, because this is what's going to show up on my actual feed. So this is just such a cutesy photo. I like it. So you can't really adjust the photo on your cover. It's just going to be however it's cropped on your actual photo, but on the profile grid you can. So we'll hit done. And now it's ready to go. So in my case, I don't necessarily want to be posting at 8:30 in the morning. So I'm going to save it as a draft. And then when I'm ready, I'll go ahead and click